we don't do a lot of features of these small cap companies, but every once in a while I have a company that comes across my email, and we get a lot of email about us trying to cover some of these companies, and every once in a while I find one that looks worthwhile. A company that I found just about a month ago, I guess. Maybe it's been a couple months. We've been looking at it. It's called Mission Mining. Mission Mining is, in fact, their stock symbol MISM. That's Mark, Ida, Sam, Mark. And their website, missionmining.com. They focus on acquisition and development of gold, silver, platinum. They're a mining company, and we haven't had a mining company on this show in so long. I thought that I would reach out to the CEO. His name is Carlton Wingett. He is the CEO of Mission Mining. He joins us today. Carlton, thanks for swinging by the program. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, Sally.
Hey, listen, can you tell us, we're just equities guys over here, and our listeners and viewers, we hear about, the gold craze. We hear about the place to be is in the mining sector, and certainly not the retail sector. Can you tell us a little bit about what you guys do there?
Well, we've been fortunate enough to negotiate the acquisition and the lease of a couple of very, very large mining properties that here in the United States. So we're not outside the United States in Peru or anything like that. It's all something that people can drive by and see if they want. And we've got a couple of very nice properties that we've been fortunate enough to be able to negotiate. One, the acquisition. Now we own entirely the Gold Star mining property, the claims out in Nevada. And then we've got a lease that we've just recently picked up on the El Dorado mining claims, which are down in Southern California. Both are very different properties, but both have really unique values, and we're just really excited to have them, and frankly a little bit surprised that we were able to get them.
Well, can you just for our edification, because obviously what Joe Sixpack knows about mining and what sophisticated investors know about mining are probably two very different things here. I think one of the issues to break down is talk to us about the leasing side of things. When you acquire leases on land leases, that means that you've acquired the lease to mine that land. Can you delve into that? I'm already getting emails about it.
Yeah, for instance, let me just give you an example. Barrick is probably the largest mining company here in the United States. Their huge mine out in Battle Mountain in Nevada that everyone knows about. It's just a monster mine, probably the largest one in the United States. That is a Bureau of Land Management owned property, and basically you simply go out and you get a lease on that on those claims, and of course you buy that lease from the government, and essentially as long as you pay that lease, it's yours to mine. You have to get permitting and things like that as usual, but for all practical purposes, it's yours. And in our case, we own the claims. There's 6 claims out of Nevada that come to about 960 acres that we own. It's Bureau of Land Management land, but we own 100% of those leases, and they're ours from now on and forevermore, as long as we pay the lease fees to the United States government every year. So that's pretty much the skinny on that. I
want to ask you, first of all, by the way, on the phone today we've got Carlton Wingett.
Sure.
Carlton Wingett is the CEO of Mission Mining. Their stock symbol MISM. Missionmining.com is their website. Part of our Small Caps for People 2 segment that we do here every so often. And the interesting part, regardless how well gold is doing you hear the market on gold up, for example, 3% today. That's a huge number. No matter how good or bad gold is doing, though, it seems to me that mining companies are still kind of weather the storm. It's almost like a recession-proof business. Why do you suppose that is?
Well, in my mind, and I believe most people's as well that invest in gold and silver, gold is really a currency. It's not just a commodity. Silver is a little different. It could be a commodity. It can be certainly a currency in some situations. But gold itself, for all practical purposes, the day that gold gets smelted, somebody writes you a check for it. That's the bottom line. It's not something you have to worry about whether you can sell it, who's your buyer. that kind of thing. It's just a
so the
clean
path to
transaction.
the path to liquidity is extremely short, is what you're saying,
Absolutely.
and it really is. Talk to us about for you guys, your specific model. Is it a strict mining model, and if so, what is that? And what is that? How does that manifest itself?
In our situation, it is. We've one of the things that we did once we found that we were going to be able to acquire this particular property, Gold Star. I'm referring to at this point in time. Now, Gold Star is just up the road from two different little towns. One is called Gold Point. The other one is Gold. Forgive me. Anyway, both of the names are Gold something,
Sure.
so that should give you an indication.
Yeah.
It's gold mining territory.
Yeah, I'll say.
Anyway, but once we realized that we were going to be able to acquire this particular property, Sully, we went out by virtue of having some very close friends, and actually one of our former directors in our company is a geologist and has some very close acquaintances in the mining world, and we were able to negotiate a deal with Peter Price, who's one of the top mining engineers in the world out of South Africa, to get him to come on board. And basically, Peter has been doing this for decades and managed some of the largest mining companies in the world in Africa, Australia, North America, has done some consulting work in South America, and he's a world-class miner. But Peter will be coming on as our operations manager.
And you're mining engineer, correct?
He is. He's going to actually do. He's going to oversee mining operations and put these mines into production. That's the bottom line.
I'll tell you what I want to do. At 35 past the hour, I'm going to keep Carlton over because I want to talk to him about that management team. I also want to talk to you about where this gold business goes from here. Do we necessarily want to stay in the U.S.? Is there a possibility to go international? I hear Mexico is a wonderful place to start mining if you can get past the red tape with the government there. We'll talk some more about that. The name of the company, of course, Mission Mining. MissionMining.com is their website. Stock symbol MISM is the stock symbol. And, of course, we're talking to Carlton Wingett, the CEO. Market's looking good. A brutal June close out, and we got a great-looking July happening, second half of the year. You know, the markets, all three, Dow, S&P, and the NASDAQ, all up between 12% and 14% this year so far, even with that lousy month of June. I'll tell you about the economic calendar. Also, Steve J.J. Wise joins me next break, right after we talk to Mission Mining. All right, so I've got a lot of emails coming through. I've got an email from Michelle Arness coming through here, asking specifically about Mission Mining, and she'd never heard of the company. She's asking about the stock symbol. Well, Michelle, your stock symbol is MISM. She's listening to us she's watching us in Dallas, Texas. MISM is the stock symbol. MissionMining.com is their website, and Carlton Wingett, he's the CEO, joining me today. Carlton, let's talk a little bit more about that management team. I'm looking on the website here, and it seems to me that what differentiates you from the rest of the gold mining companies, that at least I can search on the web, is you have a bulletproof management team. You mentioned Peter Price, your new mining engineer. Give me a little more on him, and then let's talk about the rest of your team.
Well, yeah, sure, Sully. Peter has decades of experience worldwide in mining. Has managed some of the largest mining operations in the world, and we're really thrilled to have him sort of heading up that team. We also have Bill Brown, who is a former director of our company, is vice president of operations for the company, and Bill is a seasoned geologist as well. Dennis Atkins, our CFO. Dennis has been CFO of public mining company for 13 years, I guess. So we've got a good bit of experience underneath us as far as mining, from the financial side all the way through the operations side.
Of course, you bet on the jockey, not the horse, on these deals, and you guys have assembled. You guys have assembled a great group of people, but I have to ask you as we move along here. Where do you see the mining business going? I mean, it seems to me that you're just at the tip of the spear here. You're just getting started. Mining has had some pretty significant gains going through, even during the technology sector. And now that we're moving forward into sort of out of this recessionary period, mining seems to be in favor once again. Are you folks ready, and where are you going to be in 5 years?
Well, first, we don't plan to stay a microcap company. It's one of the things that we realized right away with owning the asset that we have in Gold Star by itself puts us in a different category, we believe. So one of the very first things we did is we engaged an auditing firm, Silberstein and Unger, PCAOB auditors. They are performing an audit right now. We believe that audit is going to give us some very substantial numbers as far as assets. That will enable us, hopefully, to go ahead and uplist minimum bulletin board. Our real goal would be to go ahead and move straight up to the Amex,
Sure.
even if it's a lower tier. So we don't plan to stay a microcap company. We would like to move up, and we believe we have all the pedigree now to be able to do it. Certainly, the assets underneath us to do it as well.
You know, I want you to come back with us, and we'd like to follow the company as you move forward with this. Carlton Wingett is the name of is the name of the CEO. MissionMining.com is their website. Of course, their stock symbol MISM. Mission Mining, exciting company. That's why we follow these. And Carlton, I hope to have you back soon, pal. I appreciate that. Mission Mining. Once again, missionmining.com.